Hope you continue to pray this morning. I don't intend to stand long, and we can let one of these brothers come in just a minute. I hope that the Lord would use me. I begin to think as Brother Darrell was preaching, and he talked about how nobody can tear this kingdom down, and the government or nobody can do anything to take away from this. And I just began to think, that's what they tried to do when they took Jesus, and they couldn't find any fault in him. And I guess the only thing they could find was that he said that he was the Son of God, and they just didn't believe him. And God began to say that he's making himself somebody that he's not. They thought, well, we'll tear him down and we'll show him that's not who he is.
That's right.
They tried right then to tear his kingdom down there. Why? But I'm glad that on that third and appointed morning, Brother Chad, there wasn't enough soldiers walking the earth to keep him in that tomb there. There wasn't enough men on the planet there to hold him in that grave. Right. Because there's power in Jesus today, I'm glad for that. He began to talk one time. Jesus was speaking, and he said, why, verily, verily, I say unto you that the hour is coming, and now is when the dead shall hear the voice of the Son of God, and they that hear, they shall live. Brother Mike, I'm glad why that I've heard that voice. You see, I was a dead man once. Why, when I was here without the Lord, why, I'm just as good as a dead man here. Why, there being no life in me. But I'm glad that I heard that voice. Why, that he gave me life. But he went on a little farther there, and he said, why that there's another thing. He said, marvel not at this, for the hour is coming, in the which that all of them that are in the graves, they shall hear his voice there. Oh, I'm glad today I believe that he's going to speak, and that we're going to see the dead get up. Why those that had Christ here, and it's going to be a good day for them. But I believe also them that don't know him, they're also going to raise, and it's not going to be good for them. As Brother Larry said, there are only two places that you can go, and you need to make your preparations right now. Why, I'm glad today that why this thing, why you've heard us say it before, why it's better felt than told. I wish, how bad I wish that men and women could feel what I feel right now. Just like when the Bible says, Peter and John, one day they was going up to the temple right there, and they getting ready to go in. It says there was a man, a lame man laying there. Why, born that way? Why, he was just laying there, and why, no doubt waiting for somebody to come by and help him. And the Bible said that old Peter and John, why, I believe it was, began to walk up there, and this man, he began to look to them, and he said, look on us as expecting to receive something here. Why, he told them, why, silver and gold have I none. All the substance I have, why, I give it unto thee. Why, in the name of Jesus, get up and walk. And you know what that man did? He got up, he didn't just walk, he began leaping and praising God, because he knowed where his help come from. Why, wasn't the only time. I'm telling you today, Papa, there's power in Jesus today. Why? And then one time before Jesus had even left here, the Bible says that he began to walk by that little pool of Bethesda there, where it says that all the sick folks would come here, and there was a little pool of water and he will begin to trouble them waters there. And why, when those waters were troubled there, why it said that, why the first man that will get in his pool, he will be healed immediately just like that. Whatever disease that he had, it would leave him right then. And there, why it said that there was a lame man right there, why he was laying there, and he, why said that every time that the waters would begin to get troubled there, somebody would step right down in front of him, and he wouldn't get healed. Why? But I'm glad that my Lord, he knows right where you're at today. I don't know what you stand in need of. I don't know what's going on in your life, but I'm glad that I've got a Father who does. He knows right where you're at today. Why right on time he come walking by this man, and he began to talk with him. What's wrong with you? And he said, why, I've been lame for 38 years, I believe. And he said, I just want to get into these healing waters. Why, but every time that these waters begin to get troubled, somebody just stepped right in front of me. Why, you know, I believe it said that this was the Sabbath day. Why, Jesus, why he looked at this man as he began to tell him that, and he said, be made whole, rise up, take your bed and walk. And you know what this man done? Why, he got right up, didn't say that he had to get in the water, because Jesus come, and Jesus spoke to him and said, son, get up and walk, and take your bed. And you know what? Why, everybody, they begin to get mad at this man here, and they said, what do you think you're doing, carrying your bed around like this? Why, this is a Sabbath day, and you ain't supposed to do that. And you know what? Why, here in this world, and we'll make our rules, and when the world tells us that it's time to do this, or it's time to do that, why, I'm here to tell you that, why, if the world's telling you to do one thing, and Jesus tells you to do something else, you better listen to the voice of the Lord. I'm telling you, that voice, it won't steer you wrong. But why is that man? He began to carry his bed. Why? And he said, men and women began to come to him and said, sir, it is not lawful for thee to do this. And he just looked right at him and he said, there was a man, why, that come to me. I was lame for 38 years. This man, and he healed me like that. Why? And he told me to rise up, take my bed and walk. Boys, if Jesus tells me to do that, why, I'm going to do it today. If the world says, stand still, why, but Jesus says to jump, I'm going to jump as high as I can. Why, you know what? Why, when the world says, why, for everything to keep going, but my Lord, when he can look at the sun and the moon and command them to be thou still, you know what? They stop, brother, and today, why, when you can't seem to do anything on your own, why, but my Lord begins to speak, just as Noah was lining the animals up, and no doubt that he didn't even have to do anything, because my Lord could speak to them, why, and tell them to line up and board that old ark there. And boys, I'm telling you, they would line up, every one of them, because they was listening to that voice. And I'm glad that Jesus said, my sheep, and they do know my voice today. You see, I was a dead man, but I heard that voice speak to me. Can you say that you heard the voice today? That's right. Has this voice spoke to your soul today? That spoke life into you? But you know, that's just the way that it is, the world. And they'll tell you not to do this. Why? When Jesus is telling you to do something, and it's going to try to steer you the other way. And just as they tried to tear him to make it. We're all just trying to follow Him today. And you know, it's just the way the world is. They love to find our faults within us today. And it's like that. It's like that football player that I spoke about before. That he always was playing in the NFL. And he always, every time they put him on there, he would begin to glorify and honor my Father in heaven. Why? You know, they didn't like that. And every time he would score a touchdown, he would kneel down and he would look up. And they didn't like that. And the world began to put a magnifying glass on him and try to find fault with him. And I got news for you, they probably could. But he's just a man and never said that he was perfect. But everything that he was doing, everybody was telling him not to do. And you know, this man, he found himself on a little airplane one day. Just sitting on the back of the plane. And this plane was in air. And then all the ones said that there was a man on that plane who began to have a heart attack. And he was struggling. And this man, this praying man, got up. And he walked up to where the man was. And he just laid his hand over on him. And he began to pray. And then this man, he died. Just like that. He quit breathing. His heart stopped. And they pronounced him dead right there on the plane. And the plane just kept going. Brother Larry, and it said when the plane, when it landed on the ground, they said that this man, his heart started back. The life come back in him. I couldn't help but think about Sister Linda here. When the one we buried just a couple weeks ago. I thought when she died here, and no doubt they pronounced her dead. And I begin to think she's just took her a little flight. I believe I'm going to take a flight. When I land, brother, I'll be more alive than I've ever seen before. The world can tear us down. But I'm glad that if we just keep looking to this man right here, one of these days, I just couldn't help but think about her this morning. And I was watching a video actually of our association, and I could see her just walking right by, not even a year ago, and she was just walking through, shaking hands, and I just began to think about her. And I've seen yous come in this morning. It just makes me feel good. I believe that she would be like, she'd be like Peter and John, that she could see her family in front of her one more time. I believe she would look on them and say, silver and gold have I none, but such as I have, you need it today. People, I'm telling you, I feel like looking at the whole world and saying, silver and gold have I none, but what I have, you need to come and taste of it this morning. I'm telling you today, no greater thing than this, no greater love than that man who laid right down. I tell you how my Lord works, and then y'all can get you the song. I told this down in Florida, and it come to me like this. But you know, right before me and Morgan got married, right before we got married, Brother Mike, she began to have all these heart problems, and everything just seemed to come at her at once, and she started having these heart troubles. Her heart rate began to, one minute it would shoot way up, and then it would go way down, and then she would pass out and hit the floor, and Brother Larry, we didn't know what was going on with her, and and everything just seemed to get a little crazy as we began to travel from doctor to doctor, and they would put her through this test and that test, and they would diagnose her with something, and they would put her on a different medicine here, and it seemed like at least once a week she was passing out, and it was hard because I couldn't be right next to her the whole time. And one time we would be in the gym, I was getting ready to coach a ball game, and she said that she had to go to the bathroom, and I turned around began to run, and she was laying flat on that tile floor, and just like that, that's how quick it would come to her, and we didn't know what was going on, and like I said, we'd go to the doctor here, and we'd go to the doctor here and everything, and why nothing just seemed to fix it, and why they couldn't figure out why it would do this and why it would do that, and then we'd be out at a football game, and she would be in the bleachers, and I would see everybody going running, and Brother Mike, there she was, passed out again, and the doctors would come and check on her. Papa, we just couldn't get it figured out. And then a few years go by, and then we started, that was just one problem that we had, and then we started seeing all these little babies run around, and we thought how much we'd love to have one of them. How we love to have one of them little babies, Brother Larry. And then come to find out why we have another problem now. And she's still, no doubt, having all them heart troubles. And then we couldn't have a baby here, and we began to have different tests run. And everything was telling us that there wasn't any hope. Nothing. Everything they was telling us, Papa, I was saying things wasn't looking good. And here we are. One problem and then another problem, and nobody can seem to fix it for us. And I thought, I began to think after why we went through our little situation there, and then you all heard me tell it one day driving down the road, she began to cry on me one more time, and she said, I just don't understand why you can't have a baby. And then I just told her, just quit taking your medicine, and let's just put it in the Lord's hands. And she never took it again, Brother Eddie. And then just a couple weeks maybe went by, and we went to church, and when we got out of here, she said I need to go get a test. And I looked at her, and I said, what are you talking about? And she said, I felt something come over me when the brothers was up preaching. And she said, I'm telling you, we need to go and get a test. So we went and got one, and she come out and she told me, she said, we're going to have a baby here. No doubt we begin to get overjoyed, Brother Darrell, and I thought, you know what, the world will tell you that you need to do this, or you need to do that, but you know what I found? I found it to be like this, that when I took one problem, and then another problem, and nobody could fix it for me, and you know what, since we've had that baby, Morgan ain't had no heart problems, she ain't passed out one time, Brother Darrell, and I thought, here we were, struggling within ourselves and thinking, why can't we catch a break? And then my Lord, He took two problems and said, that's okay, if nobody can fix them for you, I can fix them for you, and I can fix them at the same time. Boys, I'm telling you today, I don't know what you're going through, I don't know what you're holding on to today, but I do know why that if you don't have this man called Jesus, that you need him today. I'm telling you, he'll take your biggest problems here, and he'll turn them into your biggest blessings. Thank God for that today. Why I'm glad that He is a forgiving God. I'm glad today that He loves me. Even when I mess up, He still loves me. Thank God for that today. And you know what? I'm glad that He doesn't forget His children here, but He is coming back one day after a while when He's had enough of this old world. You brothers, go ahead and sing if you want me to close. I just want to say the church doors are still open this morning. If you're here today and you're struggling today, I'm telling you, you need to just jump out. Leap out on faith and trust that the Lord will catch you. I'm telling you, He's been there for me. Everywhere that I go, everything that I do. You know, we just had a little locker room update back at school. Up on the line, you know what I had them do? I got these scriptures painted all over the walls. And somebody said, oh, well, that's a little touchy, isn't it? And I just began to think, and I told somebody, oh, well, that's on the walls now. And if anybody, if they want to fire me for something like that, I could just smile and walk right out of here. Because I want to stand on the Word of God today. I want men and women to know why that this Word here, that it still stands. Why, as Brother Darrell said, why about them kingdoms, that they would fall. There's going to be storms to come, houses to fall. There is one thing that's going to stand among in everything, in every trouble, in every storm, in everything that comes. The Word of the Lord is going to stand. And I'm glad every knee's going to bow and every tongue will confess. You brothers, go ahead and sing. The church doors is open this morning. If there's any here that feels like the Lord has saved your soul, you need to come home and put your light on the candlestick. Tell you, my Lord, He knows right where you're at today. Oh, there was one time, he began to question whether or not it was Jesus, that He was the Messiah. And Jesus, He looked at him and He said, I was under the fig tree, I saw thee, and that's all it takes that man to believe. And He said, you believe because I seen you under the fig tree. He said, you're going to see greater things than this.
The